This is an introduction on social media security and privacy settings. So, what are the privacy and security settings on social media? So, privacy and security settings on social media platforms are the features and options that allow users to control and protect their personal information, interactions, and content while using the platform. These settings are essential for maintaining online privacy and safeguarding against various online threats such as hacking, identity theft, harassment, and unauthorized access to personal data. As nowadays we all are using different kind of social media platforms like WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. So it is very essential for everyone to be aware of privacy and security on social media platforms so that we can prevent ourselves from various online threats. So this is all about the introduction. We'll see like what are the privacy and security settings on various platforms in the next video. In this video, we'll see the privacy and security settings in various social media platforms. So let's see. Under this, our first social media platform is WhatsApp. WhatsApp offers a range of privacy and security settings to help you control who can see your information and protect your conversations. However, WhatsApp uses end-to-end encryption for messages, calls, and video chats. This means that only you and the person you are communicating with can read each other's messages, and no one else, not even WhatsApp, can access your messages. Apart from the end-to-end encryption, WhatsApp has provided us various other security settings. So let's see. Our first setting is two-step verification. So this is an additional layer of security. It requires you to set up a 6-digit PIN that you will need to enter when you register your phone number with WhatsApp again. It helps protect your account from unauthorized access. So as you can see in this image as well, in your WhatsApp, in the account section, you will see, you will find this two-step verification. And when you enable this, then you have to enter a 6-digit PIN that which you will be asked for register your phone number with WhatsApp whenever you log in with some other device. Okay, so that's it about two-step verification. The next is last seen, online, profile photo, and about. So let's see how you can manage these settings in your WhatsApp. So under the settings, under this privacy option, you will find last seen and online. So in this, you can choose who can see your last seen timestamp and who can see your active status, that is when you are online. So you can choose from this everyone, my contacts, like your contacts and your contacts except and nobody. And also like who can see when you are online. Okay, so you can manage these settings as well. So let's see the next setting, that is your profile photo and about. So how you can manage this? Under the same privacy, you will see like profile photos. So in this you can choose who can see your profile picture, like if you want to show to everyone or your contacts except some person, your some specific people, or nobody. So you can manage it as well as under this you can manage your about as well, like similarly you can set who can see your about information, everyone or your contacts except and nobody. So our next setting is read receipts. So you can enable or disable read receipts, and that is they are the double blue check marks to let others know when you have read their messages. So let's see how you can manage this read receipts. Under the same privacy, you will see the option read receipts. Like if you disable this, neither you won't be able to see when others have read your messages, and nor they will be able to see when you have read their message. So under the same, you will find the option for groups. So for groups, you can choose who can add you to their WhatsApp groups, like everyone, your contacts, or your contacts except. So you can manage like who can add you to their WhatsApp groups. Okay. So next, see the next setting, and that is block contacts. Like you can block specific contacts to prevent them from sending you messages, calling you, or seeing your profile information. So let's see how you can do that. Under the same privacy, you will find the option for block contacts. By blocking some contacts, some specific contacts, you prevent them from sending you messages or seeing your profile information. Okay, so next setting is fingerprint or face ID lock. Like according to your devices, like you can have this option as well to add screen lock or fingerprint, like to like if when I click on this screen lock and when I check this option, then it will ask me to set a device password, and it will ask me like if I enter here the device password, and when I click on OK, then whenever I log in again, it will ask me to enter the same device password to log in. Okay, so in this way you can add privacy and security settings in your WhatsApp to like message safely and securely. Okay. In this video, I am going to cover the privacy and security settings on Facebook. So we'll see like what type of privacy and security settings we can enable to enhance the privacy and security in our Facebook account. So we'll see one by one. First, we'll see the privacy checkup, and then we'll see the security settings. So, as Facebook provides various security features and tools to help protect user accounts and data. It helps you to control who can see your information and protect your account from unauthorized access. So, we'll see first the privacy checkup of our account, under which we'll cover some of the like settings that we can enable in our account. The first is who can see what you share, how people can find you on Facebook, how to keep your account secure, your data settings on Facebook, your ad preferences on Facebook. So let's see how we can enable them in our account. So when you open your Facebook account, under here this settings and privacy, we have to click on this privacy checkup. Under this, we'll find various options. Like these are the the privacy settings that we can enable in our account. The first is who can see what you share. So when I click on this, it will ask you like what you want to enable in your profile information. So if you want to show everyone your email address, then you can select this option public. Else if you want to keep it private, then you can select this option only me and click on done. If you want to show like people your date of birth, then you can select from this option, these many options. If you want that anyone can on Facebook can see your date of birth or your personal information, then you can select this public option. Or if you want your friends only see these information, so you can enable those options as well. Okay. And in this friends and following, like who can see your friend list on your profile, if you want anyone can see it, then you can enable this public option. Or if you want your friends or like specific friends can see, then you can enable those options as well. Like, and also in this you can enable like who can see the people pages and list you follow, that also you can manage from here only. Okay. And when I click on next, then it will ask like who you decide you want who you want to see your post and stories. Like we can manage the settings of post and stories, like who can we want to show our posts and stories. Then also if you want to like choose uh, for your future posts, like you can choose who can see your future posts, your friends, or if you want to keep it public, or you can select from these many settings. If you want to show people your stories, then you can manage that as well. And we can limit the past posts as well. Like if you have already posted something, then you can manage that as well. When I click on next, then it will ask me to, okay, like if you want to block some specific contacts, some specific people on Facebook, then you can add them to this block list. Okay. So This is all about your this who can see what you share part. Then how people can find you on Facebook. So under this, you can send who you can decide or you can choose who can send you friend requests. Like if you want everyone to send on Facebook who are using Facebook can send you friend request, then you can enable this option. Or if you want to like select friends of friends, so you can select that option as well. When I click on next, then it will ask me like who can look up by your phone number and email address. So you can manage this setting as well. Like if you want anyone can see your phone number or email address, then you can keep it as everyone. Or if you want to limit it, like if you want to show to make it visible to only you, so you can enable this only me option as well. And like same way in this. Okay. So next is like the search engines. Like, do you want search engines outside Facebook to link to your profile? Like, if you want any other search engine to use to be linked to your Facebook account, so you can do that as well. So, how to keep your account secure? Like in this, you can like this will cover in the next security part. So you can manage the same as your data settings on Facebook. Like if you have any apps or websites that are using your Facebook to log in, that you can manage as well. But currently I don't have any apps and websites. uh, huh. You can also manage your ad preferences. Like Facebook uses your Facebook uses your data to analyze which kind of ad you prefer to watch, right? So you can manage that as well. Like Facebook uses your profile information to manage the ad preferences. So like if you want Facebook to use these information, then you can enable this option or you can disable as well. So that's it about this privacy checkup. In the next video, we'll see the security settings. Okay. So that's it about this. In this video, we'll see the security settings that we can enable in our Facebook account to enhance the security of it and protect our account from unauthorized access. So here are the security settings that we can enable in our Facebook account. The first is change password. The next is we can enable two-factor authentication. Also, we can check where you are logged in, and we can also enable the login alerts. So let's see how we can manage these settings on Facebook. So under the settings and privacy, you have to select the settings option, and then you have to click on this account center, and then you have to select this password and security. So the first thing that we can do is change password. So it's a good practice to change your password regularly. So when I click on this change password, then it will ask me to enter the current password and then type a new password, and then likewise you can change your password. Okay. The next is two-factor authentication. It is always recommended that we should enable two-factor authentication to add an extra layer of security in our account. So Facebook supports authentication apps, text messages, and the security keys. So we can select or we can choose either of them, either of the options to enable the two-factor authentication in our account. Next is where you are logged in. For the saved login, like this is nothing but if you don't want to remember your login password, so you can just save your login information, and whenever you want to log in your Facebook, then it will be automatically uh, like filled. Okay. So the next is where you are logged in. So the Facebook review the devices and locations from like where you have logged in. So you can log out of any unrecognized devices or sessions. The last is login alerts. Like we should always enable the alerts for account logins. Like if any unrecognized logins is detected by Facebook, it will notify you. Okay. So these are the security settings that we can enable in our Facebook account. In this video, I'm going to cover privacy and security settings on Instagram. Instagram provides various privacy and security settings that protect your personal information and control like who can see your posts and interact with your account. So first we'll see the privacy settings, under which we have various settings like who can see your content, how others can interact with you, in which we'll see messages, activity status, story, comments, and mentions. So let's see these settings one by one, how we can enable these settings on Instagram account. Okay. So when you open your Instagram account, then you will see this more option. Then you have to click on this more and you'll see find the settings option. And in that you can see here who can see your contents. So when you click on this, then like simply you will see the account privacy. So if you want to limit who can see your posts and stories, then set your account to private mode. As I have already set my account on private mode, as you can see here. So in this, only approved followers will be able to view your content. Okay. So let's move on to the next, like how others can interact with you. In this, first we have the messages control. Okay. So when I click on this, then Instagram has a message request feature that filters the messages from the account or people who follow you on Instagram and will be delivered to your message request folder. So if you want your followers on Instagram to send you messages, then you can just simply enable this option, or you can enable this don't receive request option. And if you want your Facebook friends or the people with your phone number can also send you a message request, then you can enable these options as well. And also in group settings, like you can, if you want people on Instagram, everyone on Instagram to add you to their groups, then you can just enable this option. Otherwise you can select like only people you follow on Instagram can add you to their groups. Okay. So let's see other settings as well. Under this activity status, so this basically control who can see when you were last active on Instagram. So if you don't want to show anyone like when you comes on active, so you just simply disable this option. Okay, let's move on to the next, that is story settings, like story controls. Okay, so when I click on this, like you can simply in this you see hide story from and close friends. So if you want to hide your story from specific people, then you can enable like you can add a list of people you want to hide the story from. Okay. And in the same with the close friends, if you want to show like some specific you want to show your story to some specific people, then you can add the list of those people in your close friend list. Okay, close friends list. Now and then you have the replying option as well. Like if you like you can choose who can reply to your stories. Yeah, like from your followers you follow back, or if you don't want, so you just simply keep it off as well. So the next in this is mentions. Like if you want anyone to like everyone to on Instagram to mention can mention you, then you can just simply select this option, or else you will select this people you follow option. Okay, like you can also select this as well, who can tag you. So if you want some specific people or the people you follow can tag you only, then you can select this option. Likewise uh, tags as well, hidden, yeah, offensive words and phrases. Like if you want to hide those comments, offensive comments or words, then you can simply enable this option. Okay, so that's it about these interact like this option, like the privacy one. Let's move on to the security settings of Instagram. So that will cover in the next video. In this video, we'll see the security settings of the Instagram, under which we have various settings like change password, two-factor authentication. You can check like where you are logged in, the login alerts. So let's see how we can enable these settings in the Instagram. Okay. So under the same settings, we just have to select this see more in accounts center option, and then just we have to select this password and security, and then we will see this change password. So we should change our password regularly. So when I click on this change password, then it will ask me to enter the current password, and then type a new password, and similarly I can just retype the new password, and your password will be changed. Okay, so next is two-factor authentication. So it is recommended that we should enable two-factor authentication to add an extra layer of security to our account. Like similarly, we have done in Facebook account as well, like in the Facebook part. So we should enable two-factor authentication like to enhance the security. Okay. When I click on this, so Instagram also has provided various security method, like you can either use authentication app, or you can select this text messages as well, option as well. Like in this, they will send a code to the your number that you have to choose, and every time whenever you log into your account. Okay, so in this way you can add this to enable this two-factor authentication. Okay, now the next is when you are logged in. So Instagram keep a check like on the devices that are unrecognized logins, and if you see any kind of unrecognized logins to your account, so you can simply log out from those devices. Okay, the next is login alerts. So we should always enable this option, login alerts, so that if Instagram can find any unrecognized activities or unauthorized activities, then it will like notify you. Okay, it will send notifications to you. So that's it about the security settings of Instagram. In this video, we'll see the privacy and security settings in LinkedIn. LinkedIn provides a range of privacy and security settings that allow you to control how your information is shared and who can access it. And it also protects your personal data and maintain your online privacy. So we'll see first the privacy settings, and that we have who can reach you, your messaging experience. So let's see how we can manage these settings in LinkedIn. Okay. So when you open your LinkedIn account, then here in your profile section, you will find this settings and privacy option. And then you have to select this data privacy. And then there is an option who can reach you. In that we have various settings that we can enable. Like the first we have invitations to connect. So in this you can choose who can send you invitations to connect, like everyone on LinkedIn, and from these options you can select either of them, like who can send you invitations. Okay, and the next is invitations from your network. Like in this option, like you can allow your network to send you page invitations to follow companies or organizations. Okay, so you can select like either of them. Okay, and the next is messages. By this privacy setting, you can restrict the messages which you receive in your mailbox. The setting gives you a feature to allow or do not allow the sender to send messages to you. Basically, you can restrict the message notifications. Okay. Like if you want others to send you message request, then you can simply enable this option. Otherwise, you can disable this option. So let's move on to the visibility section, and that is this. So in visibility, in this setting, we can set the visibility of our profile. Like in the profile viewing option, when we click on this, so in profile section, you can select how the other connections can see when you viewed their profile. Okay, so we have three options. Like they will see your name and headline, or they will see someone at your like your the particular organization or your private profile characteristics. So you can select either of these options. Okay. If you select the private mode, it will hide your name and institution name as well. Okay. And the next is your email visibility. Okay, so this feature allows you to set the privacy for your email address by selecting the below options. You can set the visibility that who can see your email IDs, like your if you want only visible to you only, that you can select this option. Then otherwise your first degree connections or anyone on LinkedIn, you can like select any of the options from this. Okay. The next is connection visibility. Like by this setting, you can set the visibility for your connection list. Like you can restrict your connection to see your connection list. Okay, if you want your connections to see how many people you have connected or your connection list, then you can simply enable this option. The next is follow visibility. Like by this feature, you can restrict the person to see the members you follow. Like if you want anyone on LinkedIn can see the members you follow, then you can simply select this option, or otherwise you can select this only visible to you option. The next is representing your organization and interests. So basically the representing your company. So in this, you can select the setting whether the other person can see your profile information or not. Like apart from your LinkedIn connections, anyone on like you can restrict if anyone can see your profile information outside the LinkedIn or not. Off LinkedIn visibility. Here you can manage whether your LinkedIn should or shouldn't be visible. LinkedIn profile should or shouldn't be visible outside the LinkedIn. Okay, so you can simply restrict this. Discover by email. Okay, in this section you can choose that who can search or connect with you if they have your email address. Okay, so like you can select either of these options. So let's select this first degree connections only, like who can discover your profile by your if they have your email address. Okay. The next is phone number, right? Like discover by phone number. Similarly, as explained in the previous section, you can manage here the visibility or connection request if the other person have your phone number. Okay. And last, the blocking section. In this section, you can block or unblock the connections as per your requirement or your choice. Their profile will be shown here in this blocking section. Okay. So we'll see the rest of the visibility and like we have one more security settings in the next video. In this video, we'll see the visibility part. In the previous video, we have already covered the visibility of your profile. So in this video, we'll see the visibility of your LinkedIn activities. So let's see how you can manage the visibility of your LinkedIn activity. Okay, so in the same visibility section, you will see this visibility of your LinkedIn activity. So in this, we have various settings. Like in this section, you can manage various LinkedIn activities. Okay. So in this first, we have manage active status. So you can manage who can see that you are active at the moment. So if you want all LinkedIn members can see, then you can select this option. Otherwise, you can select either of them. Okay. As per your requirement. The next is share profile updates with your network. So LinkedIn will share your profile updates, your job posts, certifications to your connections if you enable this share profile update setting. Okay. The next is okay. LinkedIn can also manage who can mention or tag you in the posts if you enable this option. Okay. The next is followers option. So in this section, you can restrict that who can follow you on LinkedIn. So you can simply enable the options from these. Like if you want everyone on LinkedIn can follow you, then you can enable this option. Otherwise, you can restrict to your connections only. Okay. So let's come to the security settings. So in this we have various settings like change password where you are signed in. You can also like set the devices that remember your password. You can also enable two-step verification. So let's see how you can enable these settings. Okay. So in the same settings only. You will see this sign in and security option. Then when you click on this, then you will see. So here you can manage like various settings. Like first we have change password. So in this you can manage or change your password. Like it will ask you to type your current password, then type your new password, and likewise you can change your password. Okay, it's a good practice that you can regularly change your password. Okay, and the next is where you are signed in. So in this section you can also see your profile active sessions. That means in which location or in which device your profile is currently logged in. Okay. The next is devices that remember your password. Here you can also see or manage the devices wherever your password is saved, like other social media platforms or like anything. Okay. So the last is two-step verification. LinkedIn also provides two-step verification. Verification code will be sent on your number to secure your profile from anonymous login or unrecognized logins. Okay, so consider enabling this option. This is a very like important step that we should enable the two step verification. As we have already seen in previous videos, we have enabled two-factor authentication for various platforms, social media platforms. So in this LinkedIn supports two-step verification, so we should enable this option. Okay, so that's it about this LinkedIn security settings.